So today I'm going to show you how I turn a $20 Shein wig into something that I think looks really good, and everyone else tells me it looks really good, so hopefully they're not just feeding me a bunch of lies. I think it's pretty well documented by now that I wear wigs. I think having different hair in every single video has made it pretty obvious. Going from a short stacked little bob to, you know, hair that's down to here. I have shown my real hair in my spa video. That's my real hair. I forgot to mention that in all my older videos from a couple years ago, that is also my real hair. So my hair is actually really curly and it's red. It was super damaged. So I'll get into why I started wearing wigs in a different video, because that's not what this video is about. But long story short, I wear wigs because I'm trying to protect my hair and grow my hair super long so it can be really healthy and curly. But I also really like to be able to have the kind of sleek look, and I don't always want to wear curly hair, and I feel more confident when I have hair that's more like this. And also I like to be blonde, and then I like to be red, and then I like to be blonde, and I like to be red. So it just makes it best of both worlds. I love wigs. I love everything about wigs. I think I've gotten to a place where I'm really good at wigs. Not to brag. I want to share my knowledge, you know? Just want to share my knowledge in case you are going through something like hair loss, or you're trying to make your hair healthy again, or you just want to try something different. A wig is the way to go. I always tell people, never dye your hair. Get a wig. I'm telling you. Get a wig first, and if you love it, go ahead and dye your hair, or don't, or just keep the wig and only wear that when you want to. Because me personally, every time I've done anything into my hair that's been drastic, and I hardly ever do because of this reason, I regret it probably 3 days later. I'll love it at first, and then 3 days later I'm like, I wish I had long hair again. Or my hair will be long, and then I'll be like, I wish I could just cut my hair off. And that's what's so fun about wigs. This wig is not a $20 wig. This wig is a $100 wig. I do have a lot of high quality synthetic wigs. I only buy synthetic. I don't have one human hair, and really I don't want one. I feel like they'd be too hard to manage. You have to style them. They're real hair, so they're gonna get damaged with heat styling. They're super expensive, and I just don't really want to fool with it. I'll do another video where I show my entire wig collection. I think that'd be such a fun video. I have a lot. I think I have like 20. But I've heard of people having like upwards of 200. I got inspired by Dolly Parton wearing wigs. Knowing she wore wigs gave me the confidence to be able to wear it out. That's the hardest part of wigs. Try it on, you get it to a place where you love it, and then it's like, how am I gonna wear this out? Because you just feel so weird at first. As soon as you wear it out, you're like, I will never ever go back. You're like, this is the most amazing feeling ever. Your hair is done in like 5 seconds. It looks like you just came from a salon. I need to go get some Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. I may have to stop the video in the middle of it to go get my grilled nuggets because my stomach is about to eat itself. So, I'm going to show you my wig. I have worn a Shein wig in one of my videos before. I'll put a little screenshot like here or here, wherever. That was a synthetic wig from Shein that was only $20. When I first put it on, it did not look like that. It looked really bad. I'm really particular about my wigs looking natural. It's so weird. I don't care if people know that I have a wig on. I will freely tell anybody that I have a wig on. It's like I'm proud of it, but I don't want it to be obvious. I want it to look like my hair. Does that make sense? I don't know. Here is the wig. Gorgeous color. If you're gonna buy a cheap synthetic wig, get one off Shein. I'm telling you, they have the most beautiful wigs. I've actually never bought one off Amazon, but I hear Amazon is another good place to buy wigs. But Shein is the only place where I've bought super cheap synthetic wigs. With this is a hard front wig. They usually don't look natural at all, but your girl has a way to make it a lot better than what it is right now, because I'll put it on my head in a second. I'm gonna have to go get Chick-fil-A, but I'll come back after I eat and I will show you how it looks on my head, because it does not look good and it's gonna be funny, and I'm really nervous to do it, but you know, I forgot to wear my microphone. It is what it is. Also, it was a little bit of a pain in the last video I did with it, because when I was editing it, like I rubbed it so much and it had like those popping sounds, and I had to edit out a bunch of that. I'm gonna go get Chick-fil-A and eat that, and then I will come back and show you how we work on this. The part that I'm gonna do with this, I did not make it. I watched videos online. I watched like a bunch of videos online. I'll link the ones below. 2 YouTubers taught me how to get rid of this like bumpy thing. I will put this on when I get back so you can see just how rough it looks. Okay, so Chick-fil-A time. It is now like an hour later. I'm back. So I'm gonna take this wig off. So as you can see, this is not what we're going for. Okay, that no. Okay, look at color's beautiful, style's beautiful, but it's very, very bad. Okay, so first things first, we need to get rid of this. That looks horrible. Also, I'm not going to show myself in a wig cap because I look absolutely horrible in a wig cap, so sorry. Okay, this will do, I guess. Why does that look so good? Okay, anyway, wig. Things you will need is a wig, obviously, and can I zoom in? No, of course not. Okay, how am I gonna do this so you can see it? I guess it'll have to work. Okay, so that right here, this is all plastic, and it's too hard to sit naturally on the hair, on your scalp. So we are going to cut open this part right here, and some people use a razor. I just take some scissors to it. I also have these little things that come in handy. I'll show you what they are, and yeah, so these things they come in handy a lot. The problem is it's very easy to pinch yourself, which isn't, you know, but it hurts, so just be wary of that. If you get these, you can use regular scissors too, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna cut along here. Be very, very careful because it's very easy to hurt yourself. Okay, so when we peel this away, on the inside, you can see it's just this big hunk of material. And what we want to do is it's folded underneath, and we want to get that unfolded. I go under that little seam here because we're wanting to pull all of this away. So now we need to go into this actual like lacy part and cut that open. I underestimated how hard this would be to show on camera because I have almost cut my finger off like 4 times now. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of this and just cutting it off just to get it out of the way. This doesn't matter at all. So I'm just taking that off, and you can actually seriously see the plastic now right here where it starts to flip out. So we're flipping it out right now. Do you see where it's like tucked in right here? So once you flip it out, it's going to have a much natural kind of stopping point. It's still not going to look good. We're going to have to do a little bit more to it, but it's going to look better. So right where this is tucked in, right here, I'm going to take my little scissor things and cut right there. Okay, see? Yay! Success. See it? And then we'll just cut this part away in a minute. Gosh, I hope that this is making sense. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. I almost pinched the crap out of my finger. Maybe this will be easier with scissors. I don't know. Bam. We got it untucked. Okay. This is what it looks like from, I'll do it like this so it's not upside down. So this is the front of the wig, and that's what it looks like right now. We're going to just cut off this random piece right here. Every hard front wig I've ever bought is identical to this. This is how it's made. Oh, I think I can actually just rip this. Bam, got it. You're gonna have a lot of hairs coming out. So I just throw them on the floor and make a little pile and then pick them up after. Some little threads left, so I'm just gonna clip those away. It still has this plasticky part that's kind of extending outward. We don't want that. We don't. So I'm gonna go as close as I can to where the hairline starts. Where this hairline starts, cut this plastic away. So to kind of get this to lay down how it's supposed to, because it still has that kind of, it's wanting to still fold under. Why do I always do this? I forgot to press record again. I always do that. Oh no, did I get the part of where I had to blow dry it? Shoot. I didn't. All I did for that was I just blew it with a hairdryer on high heat, just the plastic part, staying like far away from the actual hair because it would melt. I blew it with high heat and then I held it backwards, over-correcting it away from where it was wanting to go, and that fixed it to where it laid flat. So I'm sorry, I feel like I'm messing up this video, and this video is really important to me. I did a little bit, but I didn't finish, thank goodness. I just went ahead and plucked some of the hairs down the middle. I am just taking one of these teeth on my little pick, and I just run it down the middle of the part, and it's gonna pull up hair. We're not gonna pluck all of that because that's gonna be way too much, and it's very, very easy to over pluck. I did that with my last Shein wig, and now I just wear it for videos and pictures because I feel uncomfortable wearing it out because I over plucked it, and I had to fix it with putting shadow on both sides of the part to make it look like it's closer together. So don't over pluck. And always, while you're going, look back at your work and make sure that you are going at a good pace, because like you can stop yourself if you feel like you're over plucking, and it's always best to pluck from the back of the head to the front. This pulled out a lot of hair. We're not gonna pluck all of that. I know it's crazy that I'm holding this like this, but it is what it is. So it's kind of like in 3 sections if you look at it. So I'm gonna take this first kind of clump of hair and pull that out. And that's what's cool about synthetic wigs, is you can just literally rip it out and it doesn't affect anything. So I'm gonna take this one and put it back. And then I'm gonna rip out that one. I had already done a lot, and so I'm not gonna do any more. But this is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like from the front. So you can see the part looks much more natural than it did. It was really, really close and overlapping. Looks good. The thing is, if you put it on your head and you think it needs more plucking, you can always take it back off and, you know, pull some more out. Whenever you're starting out with wigs, I highly recommend you get a cheap one. Just a cheap little one like this, because you get really nervous when you're doing this on a wig that you actually spent like $100 on or $70 on. Definitely, if you're gonna start working on wigs, the best thing to do is to get a cheap one. I mean, in my opinion, that's just me. So I'm still not liking this part up front because it's just not looking right. So I'm actually going to cut off this front even more, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hairs. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and just cut that bad boy. Cut it across. When I go to pull the hair out, it's gonna be a lot, but that's okay, because I mean, there's plenty of hair to go around. It feels so bad that a half of me plucking I didn't record. I'm so stupid. I'm a dum-dum. I guess I didn't do that much. I didn't do that much to the part. I do as minimal to the part as possible, because people always think with the part that is what makes it look most natural. That is not true. What makes the wig look most natural is the hairline. 100%. The part, in my opinion, has little to do with how it looks. It's all about the hairline. And when you get a wig like this, it's gonna be hard to make the hairline look right. So I'm gonna show you what I do. Let's take a look. What else do I need to do? So I know you're probably thinking this is a lot of work. It is, but it's so much fun. Once you start like actually kind of knowing what you're doing, it starts to be just so much fun seeing how good you can make one look. Honestly, I can't think of anything else I really need to do to it. I'm not gonna add a shadow root because it doesn't need one. Usually if you put it on and it looks like really fake, I go ahead and add a shadow root, but this doesn't really need that. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my head. I'm gonna do a test try on to see if there's anything else I need to do. It's a shame because I really like this hairstyle, but still looking a little strange, but have no fear. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you, okay? This is where I'm gonna tell you how to take it to the next level. I have a widow's peak, so I have to pull out my widow's peak. This hair matches my natural hair. When the wig matches your natural hair really well, it makes this little trick I'm gonna do a lot easier. Gosh, why does this have so much volume? This is what I do to take my wigs to a whole nother level. I pull it back on my head and pull it down over here. I take this thing and I run it along my actual hairline, and I pull out my own hair. Now that I've done that, I can really assess what else needs to be done, because it looks pretty good right now. It doesn't look perfect, and it has to look perfect. Things that I'm not liking is that you can still see this up here. I don't like that. Oh, I forgot to tell you what to do if the wig doesn't match your hair. If you are getting a wig for the first time, get the closest one to your natural hair color, or else it's going to be quite a shock. The first wig I got was bright blonde. It did not look good because it was so confusing to me and it just looked really fake, and yeah, it didn't work for me. I feel like this is something for a whole nother video, but I'll just give a little tidbit of what I do if my natural hair doesn't match. I mentioned briefly shadow roots. Getting a wig with roots is the best possible thing you can do. Just make sure the roots match your natural hair. You can still pull out your baby hair. So what if the wig doesn't have your natural roots? Add it. Add a shadow root to match your natural hair. I do this with almost every wig I own, especially the blonde ones, because just putting blonde on your head when you're natural redhead, it just doesn't look right. It looks so fake and cartoonish. What I do is I just give it a shadow root, and I'll do another video on that because that would take way too long. Let's say that you have black hair, you want to be blonde. The best thing you can do is get a wig that already has a dark root, and you can find all kinds of wigs actually already have the root because it looks good. It just looks good and for the style. If it doesn't, if you have like a stark blonde wig, add a shadow root. I highly recommend getting this or getting this. These two things are a wig buyer's must-haves. And you can get this in black, you can get it in dark blonde, light blonde. I'm still not digging this. You can seriously see that. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna straighten that down. Not as cute as the first time, but it'll work. So I'm just going to take my straightener and show you how to do this. I mentioned that using heat I could fry the wig and make it melt. The thing about styling a synthetic wig or putting heat on it is it needs to be on a very low heat. So I'm going to put it on 310. You don't need to hold it on as long as you would natural hair. You just have to place it, let it get hot, and then pull it in the direction you want it to go for it to cool. With synthetic hair, heat it up and put it in whatever form you want it to be in and let it cool like that. It has to cool to hold the shape. Okay, it's pretty warm. It's nowhere near finished heating up, but I'm going to take my little pick. I'm going to run across the part that is doing that little backwards thing it's doing. So I've got it hot, wrapping it around my finger and just pulling it in the direction that I want it to go. And then I'm just putting my thumb there. So it's not like scalding hot, it's not going to hurt. But this is going to cause it to lay down. See? Fixed. See, that's the side I haven't done yet, and this is the side that was really bad. Next side, and we're done. Okay, something else you can do that is pretty cool is, do you see how that stops so hard there? You can actually just cut a little bit of that plastic off so it blends. Just taking my scissors, folding this, and then clipping it. And then that is what it looks like. So if you feel like it's still not looking really good, the best thing to do is to add a little bit of a shadow root, and it's super duper easy. Just a little itty bitty one takes like 5 seconds. So I'll just show you briefly how I do that, and if you want another video on it, I'll show it. But some I have to add like a big shadow root, and some I can just like add it like right at the hairline to make it look a little bit more real. I'm taking the Color Wow root touch up in the shade light brown. So I'm taking that, and it comes with this awesome little brush. I'm just going right at the part and just brushing that on there. And don't forget to do the back. And that's it. We made it look even better. I take some of this. Again, I take the smaller end and I just brush a little bit on my brush. And I actually put it on my scalp. I know that sounds crazy, but then take it into the actual part. And for some reason that just helps. I have no idea what it does, but it makes it look better. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that works, but it just like camouflages it. I can't even see where it starts now. It's crazy. As a last final touch, I just pull up my own hair just a little itty bitty bit, just like that. And then I spray it. Ta-da. $20 wig, people. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I explained that the best way I could. If you didn't understand anything, I will literally do another video on this. If I wasn't clear enough, or if you have more questions, I love wigs. I love wigs. So it won't bother me to spend another $20 on a Shein wig to go through it all again. Yeah, I know it seems like a lot. It seems like it's not worth it, but I can assure you it is, because when I have this on and I go out, I feel indestructible. Like, I feel like nothing can shake me. Once you get it actually fixed to where it's like, it will be throw on and go. I'm gonna do another video on how I make a cheap lace front wig look good. I don't really know what I'm gonna title this video yet. Once again, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!